Assalamualaikum and hi. In this video, we will discuss about energy sources affect pollution and global climate change. Okay, for the introduction part, energy sources is a source from which useful energy can be extracted or recovered either directly or by means of a conversion or transformation process. There are three main sources of energy. The one is fossil fuels like coal, oil and gas, while the second sources of energy is nuclear energy. And the third one is renewable energy sources like hydropower, biomass, solar, wind and waves. Naturally, Earth's greenhouse effect keeps the Earth warm enough for life to exist in and known as balanced system. The more greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, the more heat gets trapped, strengthening the greenhouse effect and increasing the Earth's temperature. But fossil fuels has added extra carbon dioxide to the atmosphere and can lead to climate change.
Burning fossil containing carbon that remain underground for 100 million of years has extra carbon dioxide, a green gases, to the atmosphere. We have polluted the atmosphere with other greenhouse gases such as release gas more of carbon dioxide and methane. Fossil fuels for energy also can release other pollution, for example, industrial revolution, invention of automobile and widespread agriculture and developing to generate electricity. They are totally dangerous to human health. Also emission for sulfur dioxide, which lead to acid rain. Next, energy source from nuclear about to generate electricity. Nuclear fuels can be the element of uranium and plutonium. Nuclear does not release carbon dioxide. Nuclear power does not make a climate change. Nuclear is quite reliable, that is generate a lot of electricity when we want to use it. But nuclear power contains highly dangerous radioactive materials. If there is an accident, then this material can be released into the environment that can be potentially disastrous consequences. So that more use of primary energy consumption and energy consumed by end user, the pollution on Earth will increase and come up with global climate change. At the end, the global average surface temperature has been rise over time and over the year.
The challenge is our world's demand from energy sources is growing. For the time being, we will still need to use all forms of energy to meet the world's demand. Diagram shows a distribution of global primary energy consumption in 2016. Today, we use a lot of energy and most of it comes from burning fossil fuels. In fact, 85% of the global energy consumed comes from fossil fuels. Burning fossil fuels produce large volume of CO2, which is released into the atmosphere and damaging the environment. Then, the next few decades we're going to continue using large amounts of fossil fuels to meet good part of the energy demand. From the industry sector, it is the largest amount of energy is used in industry, about 36% of the world's energy. Over half of industrial energy is used to make industries have paid heavily for energy for 100 years ago. Next, the number of cars used and other transport has risen by human population growth and urbanization. For generating the country's economic growth, the use in electricity generation for industrial purposes, transportation and household, which are excessive consumption, lead to negative effects of externalities. Because of that, the energy sources used can change that has consequences for our oceans, weather, food sources and health. By the oceans, with melting ice, weather will become extreme and there are more floods, drought, and storms. And it can affect physical health in urban areas such as smog. So when we put too much pollution into the air, it will cause global warming.
Okay, in this part, I will discuss about the dangers of dirty energy or fossil fuels. Based on a research report on world energy, the International Energy Agency's report that around 18,000 people die each day as a result of air pollution. Air pollution is the fourth greatest overall risk factor for human health worldwide, after high blood pressure, dietary risk, and smoking. So, energy production causes the highest amount of air pollution. However, all energy sources impact our environment, while fossil fuels, or as known as dirty energy, causes more harm than renewable energy. For example, water pollution, wildlife and habitat loss, also all the environmental impacts brought about by global warming. Globally, there are four main sectors that use the most energy. First is industrial sector. In 2017, this sector used 32% of total energy in US. Second one is transportation sector. 29% of total energy are used for transportation. Third is residential sector like homes and apartment. And the last one is commercial sector. In US alone, the commercial sector use 18% of total energy. In the other hand, the data slightly different when it comes to pollution and greenhouse gas emissions.
Next, tragedy of nuclear power. We know the explosion of Japanese nuclear power caused the release of radioactive materials over 50%. That's about 15 square kilometers of the cities was destroyed. This is because the atomic bomb were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The devastating effects of nuclear power at the moment of the explosion, causing immediate fires, destructive blast pressure, and also extreme local radiation exposures. So for the most part, the explosion were carried high into the atmosphere by the heat generated. Overall, it is typically very productive to convert to more use of alternative and renewable sources of energy includes wind power, solar, geothermal energy, hydroelectric, and biomass technology on serving substantial benefits for our climate, our health, and also our economy. These energy sources provide additional methods of generating energy that contribute to the total amount of energy produced by countries worldwide. Then, the solution to pollution and also the global warming to reduce by first can limit global warming to decarbonize by the related party, and also can do carbon-free energy system. And next, to do the innovation in new technologies of reducing the carbon dioxide emissions. And next, transform the energy supply system more to the renewable energy on the demand. And the last one, reduction of fuel consumption. I means vehicle use. Alright, that's all from me and my friends. Thank you. Bye.